insane. It's a form of insanity. It's called patriarchy, and it is insane in the eyes of Mother, Father, Goddess, God, who wants to protect the planet from burgeoning corporate CEOs that got their go-ahead from Bush Cheney and are continuing in their hopes for Mitt Romney and even Obama. It's not much difference. We say that all of these corporations have to be 50-50 gender balance or they're out of business. And we will not recognize their CEOs as having any titular office anymore. They either change to Sisterhood and Brotherhood, or they are abominations in the face of Mother and Father God. Mother, Father, God. Uruguay, Uzbekistan, Vatican City. Vatican City is a patriarchal religion. We needed female popes for the entire history. Why did they never remember Mother Mary and Mary Magdalene? Mary Magdalene was a co-minister of Jesus. It is now understood. Early Christians were gender equal. There was Penelope. There were other women ministers in the early days of Christianity, and it wasn't until the statehood. And one country that we should also mention is one national region is China. And China has a tradition of yin and yang, and that is the feminine and the masculine principle in balance. And they both are necessary and have actually half of the circle. It's a flowing half, and that's the way we believe it would occur in governmental processes. The women and the men would flow in their conversations with each other, and it would be a give and take. And women are very good at the giving and take, and they would increase the consensual abilities of the men. And that is why in this era it is so important to empower and make active the yin force, which is what the female is, but actually it's been thought of as the yang force is active, but the female is the nurturer, and the active nurturer is a combination of yin and yang, and that's what we think is the evolved female as well as male in interaction. They both evolve together, both becoming more receptive and active together. And we also say that the Chinese have stories and heard histories of Kuan Yin, the Buddhist goddess of compassion, Avalokiteshvara, which is another name for the Buddhist goddess of compassion, the green and white Taras, which are born of Avalokiteshvara's tears, and for humanity, and give succor and care to humanity so that it can thrive. And we say that Confucius had a sister, Suki, and Lao Tzu had a wife, and these women are now equal. We are living in a time when women are equal to men and contribute just as much intellectually and in terms of their real importance, and the Chinese saying is women hold up half the sky. Right now in China, women have a high suicide rate, and that is because China has not yet brought about a 50-50 balance of gender in government, and the women are suffering as second-class citizens. That's got to end now. We call for sisterhood and brotherhood in China, and in the same model of government of co-secretary generals in the cities and the villages, and making the national regional government out of that with 2 men and 2 women as co-secretary generals for the nation, and then co-ambassadors at the United FamilyCommunity government of the world, which is the developed and transformed United Nations and Interparliamentary Union. So we include China in our list of governments too, and very importantly, and we call upon them now to, as of 2000, I'm not sure what year that is in Chinese years, But and on what the different calendars, it doesn't matter. We say that as of 2000 on the Western calendar and the various years of the other calendars of the world, we don't want to wait for the Mayan calendar to run out on us. We have to make the transition now to balance of gender in decision making. And so we want to avoid problems and death of the planet Earth, and this is the only way to do it. It must be done now. We thank you for listening to our list of national regions. We transform them all overnight. We're putting our announcements and commandments out on the internet, and we evolve to gender balance in government around the world. And until we do on the ground, the women of the world, including the women of China, are the co-secretary generals for that region of the world, and only those men who come out for 50-50 are co-leaders of the government. And until it's 50-50 everywhere, women hold the co-secretary generalships in receivership until men evolve to appreciate women and to empower them and let them help them save this earth.